I'm Michael Knight, joined by Matt Reynolds to my left. And we are here at the IAD Gymnasium in Carrollton, Texas for the PrimeTime Sports National Championships. There's games going on all across the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are here in Carrollton for the 11th and 12th grade division of girls basketball, here competing for the PrimeTime Sports National Championships. Our first pool game, this is the first game of the morning here in Carrollton, will feature Team Dallas and the IBABallerGraves team out of Texas as well. So we will have basketball all day for you here in the IAD Gymnasium. Matt, this is a different event. This is a fantastic facility here in Carrollton, Texas, ready to have a busy day of basketball.
Yeah, a very busy day. 11 games over today, Thursday in pool play. We're going to be busy games just about they're going to get off the court, warm up for a couple minutes, and we're on again with another game. It's going to be a busy day, great day of basketball.
Yeah, Team Dallas already on the court, ready to meet the IBABallerGraves team at center court for the opening tip. This is a Pool A game. There will be 3 pool games, as there are, about 7 pools total, and there will be 4 pool teams in each individual pool. This is a Pool A contest. Each team in Pool A will play a couple games today, and then they will play 1 game tomorrow, and then they'll go into bracket play starting on Saturday. So we're about set to get you ready for Team Dallas taking on the IBABallerGraves here at the IAD Gymnasium in Carrollton, Texas. The next game up after this will be at 11:40. It'll feature North Texas Lady Hornets against Oklahoma Lady D1, and that will be a Pool B game. The next Pool A game that we will have for you will be later on at 12:50. It'll feature the IBABallerGraves. Once again, they will be taking on the Southeast Texas Thunder. But first, we got game number 1, and that'll feature Team Dallas against IBABallerGraves. Team Dallas will be in the road navy blue uniforms with a white Team Dallas across the front. Their 5 starters are the only 5 players for this team. So I'll tell you what, stamina is going to come into play, at least for Team Dallas, but IBABallerGraves isn't much better. They only have 6 players along, so Team Dallas will be moving from left to right here in the first half. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. First is Carly Barrett, Michaela Cooney, Marley Floyd, Eden Bohannon, and Kristen Ngachu, who will be meeting at center floor for the opening tip. IBABallerGraves, their starting lineup looks like this. Gabriela Escobar. It'll be Alyssa Beso in the middle. Peyton Carroll, Sarah Kleingardner, and Savannah Silva for IBABallerGraves. They are in the home white uniforms. They will be moving right to left. Team Dallas wins the opening tip and immediately get a layup. It's missed. Ngachu with the rebound, and she gets it taken away, and we have a very early whistle. Looks like the referee's going to call travel. It'll go back to Team Dallas, but right off the start, Team Dallas attacking, moving left to right, and getting into the paint.
Yeah, they're attacking quickly. They didn't waste any time there getting to the basket, just couldn't finish.
On the entry pass, they jack up an immediate 3, and it's good early on. Team Dallas with a 3-0 lead. Carly Barrett knocks down the triple. And this is, for those not familiar with AAU basketball, this will be a 16-minute first half, and the clock is not running on the scoreboard here, but we'll have 16-minute halves as IBA has it. Moving right to left, up top, there's some pressure defense from Team Dallas. Looks like they're going with a little 2-3 zone on defense. IBA finds an opening in the D. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound to Ngachu. Team Dallas going the other way.
It looks like Team Dallas trying to get out and run.
2-on-1 situation. Layup is good for Marley Floyd. It's 5-0 early on for Team Dallas. That's for sure. They're definitely going to want to run, which is interesting considering they only have 5 players. They might get tired very quickly. A botched layup in the lane goes into the hands of Team Dallas. Ngachu, a force down low with several rebounds early on. In the front court, a runner was forced off the mark. IBA with the board. They want to run down. She doesn't have numbers. She attacks anyway. Goes into the defense and forces the foul. That was Alyssa Beso. with a left-hand dribble, going into a double team, but she forced the contact, and it will be a foul on Team Dallas.
And Team Dallas early on playing in a zone here. It's caused IBA a little bit of trouble. They have not been able to get in and really penetrate the zone as of yet.
15 minutes left if the scoreboard is correct. IBA with the ball moving right to left. A three ball in the corner, no good. It looks like it was partially blocked. Team Dallas with the board. Going left to right is Michaela Cooney. She goes top of the key. Now it's Bohannon. Bohannon goes right wing, and we're going to have a whistle. Before Bohannon passed it off, she was fouled on the reach-in. It looks like they're going to get Savannah Silva for the foul.
Both teams have to be careful because they can't have Team Dallas can't have anybody foul out, and IBA they've only got one extra.
That'll be an interesting situation if somebody from Team Dallas does indeed foul out.
What do you do?
I mean, I guess you would have to play 4-on-5 at that point. 14:51 left in the first half. We're just underway. Team Dallas 5-0 lead. IBA has yet to get anything going on offense, and Gachu has it on the post. She gets it out to a teammate top of the key. She walked with it before she traveled. Or she walked with it before she took a dribble.
She saw an open lane and just didn't let her feet set before she went off.
She made the right decision, and she just got a little too antsy, and you got to put the ball on the floor before you can move. IBA with the ball and an opening here. They need to get some points as the drought is continuing. Left wing. And we got another travel call. So very early on, you can tell that this is the first game of the day and the first game for either one of these teams, as we've had a couple early turnovers with Team Dallas leading 5-0, 14:20 left in the first half.
Our clock is not working on our scoreboard momentarily, but we are working on it, and we'll get it up shortly.
Yeah, and we'll try to update you on the time as much as possible as we have a foul away from the ball, a hold on IBA. 14:17 left in the first. Team Dallas, 5-0 early lead. Under the basket, she throws it out top of the key. That's Carly Barrett. She gets a pick from Ngachu, pulls up, knocks down the jumper. It looks like her foot was on the line, so they're only going to call that a 2. But Carly Barrett has 5 early points, and it's 7-0 now in favor of Team Dallas, and a little defensive pressure forcing the turnover as IBA dribbles it off her leg and out of bounds. It'll go right back to Team Dallas, and I'll tell you what, very impressed with them early on in this one.
Yes, Team Dallas from the start, they got out and ran at the IBA. They've just had trouble offensively getting the ball and getting any good looks at the basket so far.
Ngachu has it about 35 feet away from the basket. Now she angles to the top of the key, goes into the lane, puts up the runner off the glass and off the mark. IBA with the board. She's got numbers. 2-on-1, bounce pass into the lane, shot no good, and Ngachu once again with an unbelievable presence down low. Another rebound. That has to be 6 already, offensive and defensive. Now pressure near midcourt as IBA trying to vamp up their defensive pressure to force some turnovers, and there's a ticky-tack foul. Not what you want when you have limited sources as far as players, is pick up a foul about 30 feet away from the basket.
Early on, I've been very impressed with Carly Barrett for Team Dallas. She's really led them in scoring with 5 points and is having a great game so far, pushing the ball up the floor.
13:15 left in the first. 7-0 is the score. Wide open underneath. She waited and let the help defense get to her, forced the miss, and Ngachu comes up with a loose ball. Finds a teammate in the corner for 3. No good. Offensive board. Team Dallas, as they are a force early on. They're not great on offense, but they're shutting them out. That's the only good part. And we have another travel call.
Several turnovers for both teams early on.
Yeah, Michaela Cooney with the turnover there. Under 13 minutes now, first half.
Our clock is up and running now. We are good to go.
Double team. Gets out of it, finds a teammate in the corner. Now they'll reset the offense. Nearly lost it. I don't think she can dribble again. She's going to have to get it to a teammate. Has it taken away from her. Now Team Dallas wants to run. Left-hand layup, good, and one for Marley Floyd.
Floyd scoring her first points of the day.
Not according to my score sheet.
Oh, pardon me.
She had a 2-point bucket early on. She now has 4. She's trying to put 5 up on the score sheet. And if she does, she'll match Carly Barrett And I believe IBABallerGraves wants a timeout here, which I can understand. You're about to go down 10-0. If Floyd can knock down this free throw, and really, it's one thing if a team jumps out 10-0 on you, but IBA offensively, they haven't gotten anything going. I mean, nothing. No progress.
Dallas has played zone, and then they've even switched into their pressuring them at some points, and it's just been turnovers, or they've forced up bad shots where they haven't been able to get good looks because of that zone that Team Dallas is playing.
Again, it will be Marley Floyd at the free throw line, and it's the first free throws for either squad with a 9-0 score. Team Dallas dominant from the get-go. And just to catch you up on AAU rules and regulations, if you are not familiar, in the second half, if a team goes up by 25 points, it immediately becomes a running clock. And look, it's too early to speculate whether or not we're going to see that here. But
it's looking like we could go down the path.
I'll tell you what, I mean, if IBA doesn't get anything going on offense, we might see that in the second half.
Team Dallas has been very impressive. With only 5 players, we might add. So in the second half, they could tire out.
Yeah, I mean.
But there's no signs of that early on.
No. And we've had a long wait here. After the timeout, there was additional time taken. And so they've had a chance to catch their breath here as Floyd botches the free throw, and we have another whistle. And it looks like there's going to be a foul on the rebound. Or no, it was a lane infraction. Peyton Carroll just got a little too
antsy.
Too antsy, jumped into the lane a little bit early. So now Floyd will have a chance to make up for her mistake on missing the free throw. She's going to get a second chance here. This one too, off to the left, rebounded by Carroll. 9-0 is the score. IBA looking for their first points. Nearly lost it at half court.
Team Dallas's pressure has been getting to IBA early on, and they nearly got another steal there.
Right wing to Beso. Beso gets it to a teammate. Back to Beso. She's going to pull up from 15. Off the mark. Ngachu battling for the board. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Ngachu touched it last. Didn't look like it from our position, but then again, the referee is a lot closer than we are.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
At least right now.
Yeah.
3 ball on the way, top of the key, no good off the mark. IBA continues to be cold from the field. Rebound Team Dallas. They got numbers. Right hand layup off the glass, no good. Tipped out of bounds on the board. It looks like it was last touched again by IBA, but they're going to say once again that Ngachu touched it last. Full court pressure now. Now they'll bring it off. So IBA crosses half court. They still trail by 9-0. They're still looking for their first basket. Underneath the basket, throws it away, and Ngachu with a steal. That's Cooney with the ball top of the key. Finds Barrett all alone. Foot was on the line. Knocks down the jumper, though.
She showed here early on in the first half you cannot leave her open from the field or she's going to make them pay, and early on she has.
She's got 7 points, and the lead is now 11-0. 11:15 left. IBA driving and penetrating into the defense, forcing a foul on Cooney. That was Beso with the drive.
IBA needs they need an inbounds play here where they can get something close to the basket on the low block and just put up a layup and get on the board. Get on the board is the biggest thing here.
Escobar inbounds. That was Beso with the jumper on the baseline. It was off the mark. She'll go to the free throw line, though, with another whistle, another foul. So now we got IBA with a chance to get on the scoreboard. Beso set to shoot 2 free throws. First one,
little short.
Barely hits the front of the rim as we have a new entry for the BallerGraves. Savannah Silva has checked out. And Second free throw is off the mark as well. Actually, that was not Savannah Silva. It was Klein Gardner who checked out. Silva is the one who checked in. Both free throws were off the mark for Beso. Team Dallas has it. Bounce pass into the lane, tipped away. IBA says they have it. I believe they're going to go with a jump ball call here.
Possession arrow does favor IBA.
But they're going to give it to Team Dallas. Escobar checks out. Klein Gardner back in. Team Dallas set to inbound and got you in the paint with a left hand. Goes off the glass, no good. She was fouled again. And so now Ngachu will go to the free throw line for the first time this morning.
She's had a great game so far in the low post, being able to get rebounds, blocks, steals, just about anything that Team Dallas has needed.
Except for points. She has yet to score, but she can change that here. The lefty. First free throw off to the left.
Team struggling at the free throw line here in the first half.
11-0. All Team Dallas early on here. And got you with the second free throw. In and out, no good. Rebound IBA. That's Beso with it with a right-hand dribble. Nice pass underneath. Layup blown. Beso with a board, and she puts it back, and IBA is finally on the board.
Maybe they can get some momentum swinging their way from that basket.
10:27, first half, 11-2 is the score. Team Dallas, dangerous passing, got you. Finds an open teammate, jumper on the way. It was too hard. IBA with the board. They want to run with it. Pass to the free throw line, nearly picked off. They find an open teammate, but she rolled around before she could pass it off and forces the travel call. Escobar checking back in for IBA. Sitting down is Beso. Not Beso. Carroll.
Looks like
we got a timeout, yeah.
Timeout, and IBA, when they got those 2 points, they got out and ran a little bit. They tried to get out and run there a little bit. Maybe that's what they need to do to get on the board and get some more open looks, because when they've not done that, the zone that Dallas has played throughout the game, it's forced them into three-point shots, and they've been cold from the field so far.
I mean, Team Dallas, what else can you say about them? They're not blowing the doors off the gym with their shooting and their offense by any means, but their defense, and they can make some noise in this whole tournament if they continue to play defense the way they've done so far here in the first half. 10:08 left. Team Dallas will have the ball out of the timeout. Bohannon, the right-hand dribble. Gives it off to Barrett. Barrett goes to Cooney. Cooney finds Floyd. Floyd dribbles. Back to Cooney. Cooney, jumper on the baseline. Got it. There was contact, no call. Her first basket of the game. And it's 13-2. So 11-0 run out of the gate for Team Dallas. IBA finally scores, but Team Dallas with a quick response. A three ball was no good. Rebound Team Dallas, and a foul on the rebound by IBA. It might be a long weekend for IBA.
It might be. They've got to get things going on the offensive end. And if they're going to shoot a bunch of three-point shots, they need some of them to start falling in the basket.
Barrett has it with the right-hand dribble. She's in the corner. Now goes to the right wing. Goes down low to Ngachu. Top of the key to Cooney. Cooney loses it. It'll go over and back. And turnover to IBA.
If you're IBA, you're down 13-2 with about 9 minutes left here in the first half. You just want to get things going on the offensive end to where you can at least get in striking distance in the second half, and you don't even have to think about that maybe 25-point with the running clock.
Underneath, nice turnaround for Beso. The only silver lining for IBA early on, 13-4. 8:50 left. Team Dallas with the lead in the ball. This is a Pool A game in the PrimeTime Sports National Championships event. Games going on all over the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are in Carrollton, Texas. Nice bounce pass underneath. Cooney with the finish with the right hand. She has 4 points, and the lead back up to double digits, 15-4.
IBA trying to work around this zone.
Forcing a shot is Beso. Beso finds a teammate for three. It's airballed. Beso trying to save it out of bounds. She couldn't get there in time. Beso, once again, trying to do everything.
Everything she can do, but they did get the ball to her with a chance at the basket close, which is what, if you're IBA, I think that's what you want every time down the floor. Get it to her or another player who can get close to the basket and get you a good look at the basket.
Here's a little full court pressure. Now a jumper off the mark and touched last by Team Dallas. Out of bounds. I'm going to need the roster real quick, Matt, as I believe one of the IBA players are both wearing the number 11. So we're going to have to figure that out.
One number 11 is crossed out, so I believe it's a 1. Possibly. Dallas just continues pushing the ball up the floor.
I mean, if you're IBA, do you try to run with Team Dallas? Do you try to do half-court sets as another 30-second timeout is called? I mean, I don't. You're trying to find a solution to the problem, which is the offensive end of the ball right now, because once again, Team Dallas, they only have 15 points. They haven't been just lights out on the offensive end, but still, what do you do if you're IBA offensively? Do you go to more half-court sets? Do you try to run with Team Dallas? I don't think that there is an answer or a solution so far.
Yeah, there's not been one so far, but if I was in IBA's position, I would try pushing the ball, because the times they have pushed the ball, they have had the best looks. When they get into a half-court set with Team Dallas and they go into that zone, they have trouble moving the ball at all inside. They've only been able to get the ball one time inside. Otherwise, they've been having to shoot outside shots, and I just don't think that's where they're going to make their points from. So they need to, in my opinion, get out and run.
The only silver lining is a Beso, and she is checked out, at least for the moment. Team Dallas immediately back on the attack. Eden Bohannon gets her first basket of the game. IBA back the other way. Top of the key. Now slings it left. 3 ball on the way. It's short and got you with a rebound. Nice skip pass. Now extra pass to Floyd. Barrett all alone. She jacks up a 3. It's off the mark. Offensive board and got you. Put back no good. She's going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
This is getting out of hand very quickly here in the first half. IBA, they've got to wake up on the offensive end and start hitting some of those three-point shots. If that's where they're going to shoot a bunch of three-point shots, you got to start knocking some down.
Got you with the first free throw. Got it. That's actually the first free throw made for either team. If you're looking for a flaw from Team Dallas, it's probably at the charity stripe. They're 1 for 4 as a squad. And Got you is now 1 for 3.
Beso checks back in for IBA. Maybe she can get them going back on the offensive end.
Missed the second. Rebound IBA. She walked with it before she passed it. Team Dallas thought that the ball was still alive. That was the exact same play Chris Webber made in the national championship game before he called that timeout that got him a T. They should have called a travel. They didn't call a travel, and then he calls the timeout they didn't have. Off the inbound pass, Team Dallas. Shot underneath, no good, but before we have another whistle, and the ball is going to be turned over to IBA. It's nice that we could sprinkle in a Chris Webber reference into the first game of the day. Yeah, another travel call.
Travels are getting out of hand. Turnovers are not going to get IBA back in this ballgame.
No. Then again, Team Dallas is keeping IBA in the game. They haven't really pulled away yet. I mean, slowly they have. Just because IBA hasn't been able to respond, but still. Team Dallas has turned the ball over a number of times as well. Top of the key, Ngachu goes left to Barrett. Barrett going to jack up an NBA range three. It's off the mark. And the referee is going to say that it touched the black support on top of the basket. And they're going to give the ball over to IBA. They rebounded the ball anyway.
Team Dallas with full court pressure, and
off the inbound pass, they nearly stole it. Now a scramble for the ball. Jump ball call. Possession arrow should favor Team Dallas. I guess
somehow the possession arrow on the scoreboard
it's flipped.
Is backwards.
Yeah, it's flipped. It says that it should be Team Dallas ball. They gave it to IBA. They did the exact same thing last time, so we're just gonna forget about that, as IBA got away with another travel, by the way, but they had it tipped out of bounds last touch by Team Dallas.
IBA pushed the ball there. They weren't able to get a good look at the basket, but they did get further into the zone than they normally get.
Three ball on the way, off the mark, trying to save it from going out of bounds. Was Escobar. She was unable to get there, and it'll go over to Team Dallas with closing in on 6 minutes to go in the first half. Floyd has it. She drives. She passes to nobody, and she passes to an IBA player, which unfortunately is not on her team, but she loses it back to Barrett. Barrett into the front court. Runner off the glass. No good. Needed some more touch. Trying to save it from going out of bounds. It was Cooney. She stepped on the baseline, though, out of bounds. It'll go over to IBA.
If you're IBA's coach, your team hasn't made a three-point basket yet. You've jacked up at least 10 to 15 threes here in this first half. I'm telling my players, drive the ball to the basket. Drive. They need to drive, which they've struggled. Both teams have struggled with turnovers, though.
I mean, they tried to do that early on, and the only problem is Ngachu is a force down low, and she hasn't let anything happen in the paint.
Got to do something.
That's true. IBA with the ball. Nice movements. For a moment, they had an advantage, but they let Team Dallas recover. And so now they'll set up a half-court set here. We'll see what they can do, see if they can get some points out of it. Losing it out of bounds, though, was Silva. Under 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Barrett going to jack up another NBA three. This time it's nothing but net.
She can shoot it.
She's got
flat
range.
out shoot.
She's got range. 10 points for Barrett. And it's 21-4 now in favor of Team Dallas. Now we can start talking about that running clock in the second half. The score is nearing, or the deficit is nearing 20 points as IBA nearly turns it over again. They're trying to attack the paint. Now they're just going to pull up and throw something up. No good. Floyd in the front court. She's got numbers. Nice bounce pass. Layup, no good, but she was fouled. That was Eden Bohannon attacking the basket. It's amazing. You know, a team that only has 5 players, you would think that they would not want to get out and run, but I guess that's the team's
slow
philosophy.
It down, and you would think slow it down, walk it up the court, play as slow as you can, because it's going to be a long day. You know, you've got a bunch of games today here in the first day of pool play, and then you got to come back tomorrow on a bunch of games in pool play, and then Saturday bracket play starts. So you got a long weekend ahead of you. 5 players, but they're pushing it.
You talk about a long weekend. They'll only have another game today. Then they have the rest of the day off.
Very true.
And then they only have one game tomorrow. So the first 2 days, I mean, I guess if there is a time to push it, now would be the time, because you don't have to play so many games like you would play in a bracket play situation. The first free throw was good, by the way. The referee is communicating with a couple IBA players, telling them to keep playing hard. That's a guess. That's an estimate on what they're saying.
I was going to ask you to read their lips.
I don't have an insider information. I can't read lips. I couldn't tell you. 4:48 left. Knocks down the second free throw. Bohannon now has 4 points. Carly Barrett, the star of this game so far. She has 10 to lead all scores, and it's 23-4. 19-point advantage for Team Dallas. It's been all them from the get-go. They jumped out 11-0 in this one. IBA, another travel ball. Yeah.
He had a good look down low to Basso, but traveled before she passed the ball off to her.
Nothing like some AAU basketball. We have some reinforcements for IBA. A couple more players just joined their team on the bench. So perhaps they'll be entering the game in the second half. 4:23 left. Another shot was off the mark, and Gachu has it underneath. She has yet to hit a field goal this morning, but she is fouled going up, so she's going to go to the free throw line for the third time today in the first half. And she's 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. It has not been kind to Crystal Ngachu.
Just can't get that roll.
First free throw is no good. 23-4. 4:22 left. I am Michael Knights. I'm joined by Matt Reynolds. We are here at the Primetime Sports National Championships. This is a pool game in Pool A. Game number 1 in Pool A. The other two teams in Pool A, the Dallas Stars and the Southeast Texas Thunder. Free throw on the way from Ngachu after the missed first. She makes the second. She now has 2 points. She's 2 for 6 from the free throw line. Escobar attacking the glass. No good. Gets her own miss. Trying to clean up her May. She can't get it to fall. Rebound, Team Dallas. And Cooney has the top of the key. She goes into the corner. Floyd jacks up a three. It's off the mark to the right and into the hands of IBA. IBA running with it a little bit. She throws it away. Ahead to Team Dallas. Left hand layup. Off the mark. No good from Floyd, but she's going to the free throw line to shoot 2. She's been to the free throw line once today and missed her one opportunity.
Both teams will get a game break in between this game before they play again. Team Dallas will have the Dallas Stars on court 2 at 12:50, and then IBABallerGraves will be back here against Southeast Texas Thunder on court 5 today.
Marley Floyd makes the first free throw. New entry into the game was one of the late shows for IBA. She just walked into the gym and walks onto the floor. Number 3. That's all I got. I got no number 3 on my roster, so I apologize. And we have another timeout. With 3:42 left, 25-4 is the score. Team Dallas going to go on to win this one. I'm going to go ahead and I think it's safe to
go out on a limb.
Yeah, it's not a massive limb. I think it's safe to say that this one's in the books.
It's been total domination by Dallas. Team Dallas has started with their defense early on as their offense wasn't work. Their offense was struggling to get going at first too, but they got their offense up and running, and it's been them from jump.
Marley Floyd made the first free throw. She has 5 points. She's now 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Second one on the way. There's the old broadcaster jinx. She misses. You start talking about how good a player's doing at the free throw line, they're going to miss it every single time. IBA in the front court. Number 3 has the top of the key. Once again, we apologize. No number 3 on our roster. Have a bunch of names, no numbers, though. We'll try to fix that at halftime.
IBA working the ball around the best they have all day.
Got it underneath to Basso. Basso shoots it up right into the hand of Ngachu. Ngachu, though, turns the ball over after the IBA turnover, so it's going to give the BallerGraves
another chance.
a second chance here to get up some points.
There they go. Good look at the basket.
Nice inbound pass. Beso can't finish, and they lose it off her foot. Out of bounds to TeamDallas.
Some pressure from IBA, but TeamDallas handles it pretty easily.
Barrett has it with the right-hand dribble, picks it up, goes to Ngachu. Ngachu wanted to get it back to Barrett, couldn't. Instead, gets it to a teammate. Now Floyd has it right wing. Gets away with a little bit of a shove. Now top of the key to Cooney. Cooney, nice spin move. Finds a wide open teammate for three. Bohannon can't get it to go. Floyd with the offensive board. Put back no. Ngachu battling underneath. Almost a turnover on IBA. Careless pass from Beso. Now IBA into the front court. Beso has it. Drives into the paint. Shot rejected by Ngachu. TeamDallas going back the other way.
IBA on the offensive end has started trying to work it in, but Ngachu, she's stuffing the ball left and right, getting blocks.
Ngachu gets one to rim out. She is still scoreless from the field. Has a couple makes on the free throw line. Nice pass underneath, but now they go back up. She has a name, but we're calling her number 3. Don't have a match on the roster yet. She has the top of the key now. Goes left to Escobar. Escobar skips it right wing. Now at the free throw line, Carroll, shot off the mark. Ngachu with another board, TeamDallas. Barrett, she pulls up for 3, no good. One of a rare miss from three-point land for Barrett, who has knocked down a couple triples here.
And has great range, some from NBA range.
And there is an NBA line on the court. These girls don't have to shoot from behind there, but Barrett can make it as Ngachu with another swat, but they're going to say she got a wrist and is going to whistle Ngachu for the foul. As Beso will go to the free throw line. She has 4 points this morning, all 4 IBA points. As Carly Barrett leads all scorers with 10. 25-4 is the score. Free throw on the way. Got it.
They cut the lead to 20.
Yeah. She's now 1 for 3.
That is a positive going into halftime, the play that they've gotten from Beso.
Second free throw off the mark. TeamDallas once again running with it. Underneath, nice pass. Can't finish though. Cooney trying to clean up her mess. She can't get it to fall. TeamDallas comes up with a loose ball. Ngachu underneath. Finds Cooney. Cooney trying to pass, but gets just clobbered underneath. Surely they're not going to say that she was shooting.
Under a minute to go here in the first half. You wonder if TeamDallas, we've talked about them only having 5 players, but as you saw with the IBA, they had some players show up late, so maybe TeamDallas throughout this tournament will have some players that show up, as they do have more than 5 on their roster.
It's true.
So far, TeamDallas has performed very well here in the first game in Pool A. Looks like a strong contender to win the pool. Of course, we haven't seen 2 of the other teams. But if they can play defense how they have today, it'll be hard to beat.
Yeah, if another team is as strong defensively as this TeamDallas, we're going to have some interesting defensive battles later on. As a nice little drive from Beso. She now has all 7 points for IBA. It's 27-7. 25 seconds left. Closing in on halftime. Bounce pass. foot was on the line for Eden Bohannon. She has 6 points, and it's 29-7. 15 seconds left. Right wing, 3-ball on the way, no good. Team Dallas with the rebound. Megan Stokes, by the way, was number 3. Go ahead and write that down on the score sheet just so we can keep it. 5.9 seconds remain, and Carly Barrett is at the free throw line for the first time this morning, shooting free throws after the IBA foul. First one on the way. Gets it to go. 11 points now for Barrett. Score is 30-7.
Team Dallas just in total domination of this first half against IBA. It's never been close from the start. Started with an 11-0 run.
Yeah.
And IBA got on the board, but that's about it. That's happened here in this first half.
Beso can't get a shot off in time before the halftime buzzer, and we've reached the half. 31-7. It's been Team Dallas from the start, as Matt said, jumped out to an 11-0 lead. IBA responded after that, but it wasn't much of a response as they've jumped out to a 31-7 halftime lead. Team Dallas all over IBA. You're watching and listening to the Primetime Sports National Championships. This is a Pool A game right here from Carrollton, Texas. It's been all Team Dallas here in the first half as we're wrapping up the halftime here in the first game of the Pool A division at the Primetime Sports National Championships. I'm Michael Knight, joined by Matt Reynolds, as Team Dallas has been dominant from the start, jumped out to an 11-0 lead. Let's go down the halftime numbers real quickly. For IBABallerGraves, it's real simple. Alyssa Beso with all 7 first-half points, and that's it. For Team Dallas, their scoring was a little bit more spread out. Carly Barrett leads all scorers with 12. Michaela Cooney chipped in with 6. It was Marley Floyd with 5. Eden Bohannon had 6, and Crystal Ngachu, who has at least 10 rebounds, probably 5 blocks as well. She has 2 points from the floor. She was 2 for 6 from the free throw line. Team Dallas is going to be flipping the script as they'll go right to left to start the second half, 31-7. They're on top. As we start the second half, Matt, just overall thoughts on the first.
The first half was total domination by Team Dallas. They got out from the get-go, from the tip. They pushed the ball, and they pushed the ball throughout the entire game. And IBA has had trouble dealing with them pushing the ball. And then on the offensive end for IBA, they just haven't been able to get it going with this zone that Team Dallas has came out once again in the second half.
Ngachu with a field goal, her first.
It's a good look at the basket there.
Of the day. And yeah, IBA, you have to be able to make a little bunny like that. And by the way, the rules of this tournament stipulate in the second half that if a team is up by 25 points, we will have a running clock, and that is the case right now with Team Dallas up 33-7. So this might be a quick half, as Ngachu with about a 10-footer, no good offensive board, Team Dallas. And on the putback, it was no good by Cooney, but she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And as you notice, the clock continues to move even though there will be free throw shots. So this might be a very quick half here in Carrollton, Texas. The first half kind of drug out a little bit.
Yep, it drug out a little bit, but the second half of the clock continues to run. It's going to go by very quickly,
and
especially when you have time at the free throw line, downtime like this, and the clock continues to roll.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't see IBA making a huge run to close the gap. I mean, I think Team Dallas is going to keep them at bay, and we might have a running clock for the entire second half, as the second free throw was missed by Cooney, but she got the board. Second chance opportunity here for Team Dallas. They take advantage. A shot from Bohannon on the right side is good. Her foot was on the line, the referee said, so she has 8 now. 36-7, 29-point advantage. IBA with the ball in the front court. Goes underneath, double team, loses it for a moment, jumps on the ball, now gets it out to a teammate.
Good job by her from not traveling with the ball.
Beso was lucky to find that open teammate to roll it out to. Another double team, she's in trouble. Attacking the ball, jump ball call. The possession arrow on the scoreboard favors IBA.
And it's going to stay with them.
It should have been with IBA because Team Dallas had the ball first in the second half. So I believe the scoreboard is now correct, at least here at Carrollton. Beso off the inbound pass, goes up for the shot on Ngachu. Misses it, but she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. In the first half, she was 1 for 4 from the charity stripe.
And here in the second half, IBA has started trying to just work the ball down low into the painted area to where they can at least get a good look at the basket. They haven't been able to convert as of yet.
They're being more aggressive.
But they're being more aggressive, and that's what I thought they should have done more in the first half, rather than jacking up threes that they just have had struggled from hitting. And that's going to happen from time to time with any team. You're not going to be able to always hit the three-point shot.
Second free throw good as well. She goes 2 for 2 on that trip. She has all 9 points for IBA.
Beso having a nice game for IBA.
Pass to Ngachu. She skips it across. Nice pass to Cooney. She attacks the basket. Can't get it to fall. Beso gets it to a teammate. Loses it out of bounds. That's Megan Stokes. Turned around and went to run with it before She really thought about dribbling with the ball, lost it off her leg. Inbound pass to Ngachu on the block, working with it, puts up the shot, no good. Trying to get her own miss, can't though. Now strips it from a defender. We're going to have a foul on the floor.
Ngachu just doesn't quit. She's hustled all day long, and there she got the ball back, and Team Dallas will have the ball.
How tall do you think she is? I'd say like 6'3".
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah. Raw, extremely raw. Not much on the offensive end, but defense she's going to play lights out, as that was Marley Floyd with the basket. She has 7 points. Another turnover, and Team Dallas quickly on the attack. Nice pass into Ngachu. Left hand, no good. Got her own miss, cleaned up her own mess, and gets the basket to go. It's 40-9. Route City here in the second half. Three ball on the way from Stokes, no good. And Ngachu battling with 3 players for the ball. Can't get it though. IBA travels with it. It'll go back over to Team Dallas. 40-9 is our score. It was 30-1. It was 31-7 at halftime, and nothing has changed. The only thing that's different is we have a running clock. That's it. That's the only difference.
It's been a rough start to the tournament for IBA, but if you're IBA, you just got to take what you can out of this game. If there's any positives, Beso's had one heck of a ball game for him with all 9 points. They've got to get somebody to help her throughout this tournament, or it's going to be a long weekend here in Dallas.
Ngachu with the pass to her right, losing it out of bounds. Eden Bohannon couldn't control it. Turned over to IBA. It's going to be interesting to see how Team Dallas, when is their, you have the schedule to see when.
Their next game is at 12:50.
It's going to be interesting to see how they come out in that game, as only 5 players on the court, 5 players here.
It'll be a showdown of Dallas teams. Team Dallas will take on the Dallas Stars at 12:50 on court 2. Okay. And then IBA will be back here at 12:50 against Southeast Texas Thunder at 12:50 today for their final games of the day.
And when we say court 2, there are 6 total courts at this gymnasium here in Carrollton. There's another miss by Team Dallas. Both teams exchanging misses. IBA on the run, nearly losing it. Now does. Ball still on the floor. Somehow Beso came up with it.
Of course, who else?
And gets it to fall. She now has 11
got an injury on the court.
That's Eden Bohannon holding the back of her head. She took a shot while she was
hit it
on
off
the
the
floor.
court.
And so now with an injury, they will stop the clock. 40-11. The coach is talking with Eden Bohannon. It'll be interesting to see what happens here for Team Dallas. What will they do? Will they have to play 4-on-5? Will IBA take a player off and play 4-on-4? Micah Grimes is
Looks
the
like she's
coach.
going to be okay. She's on her feet now.
Just took a little bit of a shot.
Off.
Micah Grimes is the coach for Team Dallas, by the way.
I wonder what you do when you're the coach there. How bad is it? You know, we've only got 5 players. Can you go at all?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a head injury,
you got to be careful.
We don't want to talk like we can talk about concussions and how prevalent they are in sports nowadays and how careful you have to be. But here's the answer: we're going to play 4-on-5. Eden Bohannon is standing up on the bench. Look, Team Dallas, they're fine. It's not a huge loss playing 4-on-5. They're up by 40-11. They just drove to the basket with Cooney.
She is about. Eden Bohannon is, it looks like, about to check in at the scores table. Who would have thought Team Dallas would have had somebody check in today? With only 5 players. But she's back in, and now IBA didn't even get the chance to go on the offensive end and have the 5-on-4 advantage.
I know it.
Didn't have it for long.
There you see the back of Kayla Cooney set to inbound. Sitting into Barrett, back to Cooney in the corner. Guarded by Beso, goes underneath to Ngachu. Ngachu back to Cooney. She launches the 3, got it to go. Nothing but net for Cooney. That's her first triple of the game. She's now in double digits with 10 points.
And Team Dallas has 3 girls who can really shoot it from the outside and hurt you, whereas they've been able to knock down their 3-point shots, and IBA, on the other hand, have struggled from behind the arc.
Stokes with the floater, couldn't get it to go. Another floater by IBA off the mark as well. Nice pass to Floyd. Floyd gets the finisher.
Teamwork. That was great teamwork there as they just pushed the ball down the floor with ease.
And impressive passing, that's for sure.
It looks like stoppage of play here. IBA was trying to get a player checked in, but she will have to wait until the next dead ball.
45-11 is the score. It's been Team Dallas from the get-go. IBA hasn't been a threat at all. Stokes barely jumps on the jumper.
Nearly knocked it down.
Team Dallas with the board nearly thrown away. Stokes comes up with it. They did throw it away. Nice bounce pass, driving on the lane. Stokes with the finish. Can't get it to go. It's been that kind of morning.
It's been a rough start. Your IBA, you got to regroup and come back at 12:50.
Floyd trying to take another three-pointer and put another dagger into IBA. Can't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Team Dallas.
IBA has looked better in this second half as far as getting better looks at the basket. They still haven't converted as many of them as they would like, of course, but they're at least getting much better looks against Team Dallas, and maybe they can take that into their game at 12:50 back here on Court 5 against the Southeast Texas Thunder.
Clock continuing to run. That's the rules of this tournament. If a team has a 25-point lead in the second half, we'll have a running clock, and we get a defensive foul on IBA as Marley Floyd is trying to drive into the paint. By the way, our next webcast will have an 11:40 start, so we might take a little bit of time off in between games because of the running clock. The next game scheduled to start right here on Court 5. This is the main court that will be on here in the IAD gym. The next game will feature North Texas Lady Hornets against Oklahoma Lady D1 out of Pool B. Matt Reynolds will have the play-by-play call of that game as IBA nearly loses it out of bounds. They're going to retain possession here.
We're approaching under 5 minutes with the running clock now. And we will be ahead of schedule, as you mentioned, as it's just 11:10. And if this clock keeps running, we're looking at about a 11:15, so maybe a small break.
Team Dallas almost forcing another turnover. Can't complete it. And IBA will retain possession here. Stokes has it in front of their bench. Now goes to Escobar. Escobar now top of the key. Goes back to Stokes. Stokes into the paint. A little too much hot sauce on that pass. Beso couldn't control it.
Hot sauce.
You got to say, man, they're down by 34 points. You had to say, you got to be creative in a situation like this.
It was nice. I was giving you props.
You can use that if you want. Marley Floyd with a nice spin move and finish. She's into double digits. She's got 11. 47-11 is the score. IBA with a jumper off the mark to the right. Nice rebound by Stokes.
And she is on the board. The second scorer on the day for IBA.
Yeah.
Stokes, she didn't even get to the game until about halftime. She showed up a little late to the
Team Dallas with it. Stokes with the defensive pressure, driving. Cooney, baseline J, no good. IBA with the board. There was contact, no call. I'm glad the referee, although, I mean, it wouldn't have stopped the clock anyway, but still. Just let him play it out. Cooney up ahead. Left-hand finger roll layup. She got it.
Team Dallas just running the floor, and their coach takes a timeout. Maybe tell his players to slow it down a little bit. We've got this one. Let's slow it down and rest up for our next game at 12:50 as It'll be a showdown of the Dallas teams between Team Dallas and Dallas Stars. Got to save your legs maybe for that game and lay off of it here in this last 3:34.
49-13 is the score. So for those keeping track at home, IBA leads Carly Barrett 13-12. IBA also leads Michaela Cooney 13-12. The only problem is it's not 5-on-1. If it was,
it's a little bit of a problem. IBA, they've just got to take their struggles in this game and move forward with them. They have played better here in the second half, and they've got to keep that up in order to have a more competitive game here in their next game against Southeast Texas Thunder, as they'll have a game off from this court, and we'll have North Texas Lady Hornets against Oklahoma Lady D1 at 11:40, and then they will be the next game.
I mean, really, that's the only thing left.
That's your positive. Well, and you could say they do have two players that have recorded baskets now, with Stokes coming on here in the second half and scoring.
What I'm thinking is the only thing left to decide, we know that Team Dallas is going to win this game, going to win it big. Impressive win, offensively, defensively, very good team. The only thing left that we still need to figure out in this last 3 minutes is if any individual from Team Dallas is going to score more points than the entire IBA team, which is still in play.
It could be. We could very well.
That's the only, that we're talking about a competition. That's the only competition left. We can shoot free throws. Free throw competition. Whatever. 49-13 is the score. 2.5 minutes left. Clock continuing to roll. Once again, our next webcast will be North Texas Lady Hornets against Oklahoma Lady D1s.
The Oklahoma team showing up here in front of us.
They'll have some time to be on the floor and warm up a little bit. IBA into the paint, loses control of the pass, and into the hands of Team Dallas. 3-on-2 situation. Cooney with the ball. Finger roll layup. Ball stuck on the in between the rim and the glass. Who's going to get it? Not Cooney.
Throw another ball. Let's try to get it out of there with that. Maybe.
Still stuck. There you go.
And 2 points.
I don't think they're in count. They might. I don't think they will, though.
They shouldn't.
I don't think that's allowed. Jokes. They're jokes. Under 2 minutes to go, 49-13 is the score. Just waiting for the final score at this point. Team Dallas set to inbound. That's Cooney getting the ball from the official. She's looking for a teammate. Throws it up to the top of the key. Now Barrett has it. Wing left. Gets her defender to fall down and knocks down the three-pointer. Barrett now has 15 points. That's her third triple of the day. IBA with the ball. Wing left. Motioning to the top. Now a jumper off the side of the backboard. Team Dallas with the board.
That pretty much describes IBA's day offensively.
Yeah, under 90 seconds now.
Possession. Team Dallas in the backcourt just taking their time, as they've got all the time they can take, and the ball comes straight to us.
I got it. I got it. Don't worry.
Great job.
I thought about slinging it up and seeing if I could hit it from here. I decided against it, although that would have taken a lot of time off the clock. 50 seconds left. Barrett with a jumper. Contact.
She's fouled, and this may be the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, how long does it take to shoot 2 free throws?
Yeah, it's going to take her a while.
And Barrett is going to stand at the free throw line. If she knocks down both of them, she will finish the game with 17. She's been to the free throw line once today. That's 2 for 2. But since I said that, she will miss either both or at least one. Well, broadcaster's jinx. It took about 20 seconds just to
Made
shoot
the
one
first
free
one.
throw.
And this game is going to be over after
16
this next free
points.
throw. 15-6, 10.
You're going to give a countdown. 40-point lead. Make it 41.
Oh, we got a violation, lane violation. But that's going to do it for this game.
Inbound pass. Didn't get to it there in time. 54-13 is the final score. A dominant performance from the start. Let me write that down before they take it off the scoreboard here. I know how scoreboard operators work. They take that stuff off quick. 54-13 is the final score. Before we sign off, let's give you the final numbers for IBA. It was Alyssa Beso with 11 points. And until about, what do you say, Matt, about 8 minutes left before another player scored for IBA. That was Megan Stokes. She finished with 2 points, and that was all the scoring for IBA. For Team Dallas, it was Carly Barrett leading all scorers with 16 points. She hit 3 triples in the game. Michaela Cooney finished with 12. It was Marley Floyd finishing with 11. Eden Bohannon finished with 8. And Crystal Ngachu finished with 6. It was Team Dallas jumping out to an 11-0 lead. To start the game, they led 31-7 at halftime. And with a running clock for the majority of the second half, they run away with a 54-13 victory over IBABallerGraves to improve to 1-0 in pool play, while IBA will drop to 0-1.
Team Dallas dominating. They look like definitely the top contender so far in Pool A. We'll see the other 2 teams here shortly on Court 5 throughout today, and we'll see what they have. But Team Dallas definitely very impressive in this win offensively and on the defensive end.
In the next webcast, the game is scheduled to start at 11:40. We will be back with that broadcast, with that game featuring North Texas Lady Hornets and the Oklahoma Lady D1s. For Matt Reynolds, I'm Michael Knight. We'll be back after a short timeout with the second game of, what did you say, 11 or 12 games here today?
11.
11 games here at the IAD Gymnasium here in Carrollton, Texas at the PrimeTime Sports National Championships.